Magandang hapon, Malacanang Press Corps. Welcome sa ating press briefing ngayong araw, February 26. Makakasama natin ngayon sina Department of the Interior and Local Government Secretary Juanito Victor John Vic Remulla, National Capital Region Police Officer Director Police Brigadier General Anthony Aberin at Philippine National Police Anti-Kidnapping Group Director Colonel Elmer Ragay. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Secretary, please.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Andito puro kami para isaad ang nangyari ukol sa isang kidnapping case sa isang estudyante mula sa isang prestigious international school sa Taguig City. Ito po ay naganap noong February 20. Approximately 3:45 in the afternoon ay nagbigay alam ang magulang na ang anak nila na dismiss ng 2:40 p.m. ay hindi pa nakakauwi. Subsequently, nahanap ang abandoned Everest vehicle sa off-ramp ng southbound ng C5. After which, he was only considered a missing person but assumed to be a kidnapping case. The next day, Feb 21, sa Bulacan, San Rafael.
Taguig sir, nag-report yung parents.
Nag-report ang parents. Subsequently, sa San Rafael, Bulacan, nahanap ang isang vehicle na ando doon yung driver ng bata na murdered. The driver of the child was found murdered inside another vehicle. In that vehicle, yielded information regarding the syndicate which operates in this manner. Now, the contents of that include pictures, conversations, cell phone numbers, strategies, casings of how they would do the job. Now, the driver is already deceased, so he cannot be considered a person of interest. However, the vehicle where he was found yielded evidence. Subsequently, a demand ransom of $20 million was made. Ito po ay hiningi at tinanggihan ng magulang. Katapos po nun, nung Sabado, ay naglabas po ng video na yung bata ay pinuputulan ng daliri. Nung kinalingguhan ay nagkaroon na naman ng conversation. Ito po ay humingi ang magulang ng proof of life. Yung proof of life ay pinakita yung bata na kumakanta ng paboritong awitin ng kanyang nakababatang kapatid. Kumanta yung bata, nakangiti naman, at nakita na, at mula sa video niya ay mukhang in good health. Nung Lunes ay nag-yield na ang AKG ng positive results out of the evidence found nang nagbiping na ng signal ang mga cellphone ng mga abductor. You have to understand that this group is very sophisticated. Yung tawag nila at kung nasaan yung bata ay magkahiwalay na lugar. Pero ang daming numerong naiwan doon. Kahapon, simula nung early afternoon ay na-detect ang signal ng isang sasakyan na nanggaling doon sa listahan ng cellphone ng driver. Habang nangyayari yun, ay gumawa na sila ng hot pursuit operation. Let me make it clear na hindi nila alam kung anong sasakyan yan. Nakuha lang nila ang numero and they were tracing the signal. At approximately 8 p.m., they were a few hundred meters away from the cellphone na gumagalaw. And in that pursuit, a few minutes after, in the Parañaque area, may nakita silang isang bata na nakapajama na nakatayo sa gitna ng kalye na may benda ang kamay. The choice was pursuing the vehicle or securing the child. Obviously, ang AKG, inuna yung bata. Kinuha yung bata, dinala sa ama, at nireconcile namin lahat. Nag-identify naman, nakita na yung bata ay pinutulan ng daliri mula sa kanan. Sa kanan,
Right, sir. Right hand.
kanan, mula dito sa dulo. Yung bata ay matapang, hindi siya umiiyak. Masaya nakita ang kanyang magulang. Pinakita ang ama ay nataranta. Dinala namin yung bata sa ospital. Nagkaroon ng maikling debriefing at ngayon ay nakahiwalay na yung pamilya. Let me make another point clear. The ransom demand went from $20 million to $1 million to no ransom being paid by the family. I would like to congratulate the AKG, the NCPRO, for their vigilant efforts in chasing after this. This is a function of effective policing. Ginamit nila ang kanilang resources, lahat ng kanilang human resources, intelligence sources, para matukoy kung nasaan ito. Let me make it clear, hindi pa tapos to. Uulitin ko, ito ay resulto ng Pogo. We suspect na ang tinanggal ang biktima ay galing sa pamilya na nag-ooperate ng Pogo dati. We are definite na ang sindikato na nasa likod ng kidnapping ay former operators ng Pogo din. We are definite na ang perpetrators ay ginamit ang kanilang mga former bodyguards na awol na ngayon sa serbisyo ng AFP at PNP. Awol. So they're no longer in service. So we are sure that the syndicate is still here in the country. We will make sure that they will be neutralized at the soonest possible time. We will make sure that this kind of crime will not pay, at sisiguraduhin namin na ang katarungan ay mabibigay sa pamilya ng biktima. Let me make another thing clear. In this year, there have been 8 kidnap cases in the country. This year. 8. This is the 8th. 7 out of 8 were solved. Tama ba ako? Ano ba ang statistics natin?
5 of the 8, sir.
5 of the 8. Bigay ba ang statistics natin? Anong statistics?
However, lahat po na-release na. All of the victims have been released and we are still investigating 3 out of the 8 cases, sir.
This puts an end to the chapter of the child. He is safe, he is secure, and relatively healthy. But this does not end with the retrieval and the rescue of the victim. The operations will continue. Sisiguruhin namin na hindi kami titigil hanggang matugis namin ang lahat ng mga responsable dito. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're now opening floor for questions. Chona Yu, People's Journal.
Sir, good afternoon. Can you tell us more sa background nitong syndicate na to? Is this the first time na nasangkot sila sa kidnapping or involved din sila sa 8 cases na recorded ngayon sa PNP?
Yes, first and foremost po, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Colonel Ragay po, the newly designated Acting Director of Anti-Kidnapping Group. Now, ang tinitingnan po natin dito is a former group na na-involve na sa previous kidnapping incidents led by a Chinese. I-withhold na lang po natin muna yung pangalan, pero may mga nahuli na tayong tao niya in the past. particularly in 2003. May mga nakuha na po tayo, but there are those that are still at large. And may mga kasama po silang Pilipino. So, as our secretary has said po, ongoing pong effort natin, continuous follow-up operation, we do have identities that we are tracking as of now.
But in this particular case, sir, may naaresto na po ba?
Wala pa po. Wala pa po. But as I've said, sinabi na rin po ng ating secretary, we know them and we are going after them po.
And gaano, sir, kalawak yung operation ng sindikato na ito? Gaano sila kalaki, well-equipped?
We have traced cases based plan last year. Nakapag-operate po sila dito sa Metro Manila area up to Angeles City and hanggang farther north po. So basically, Luzon area po yung target nila.
And mostly Chinese po ba? And
Mostly foreigners.
Opo.
It is mostly Chinese against Chinese and one Korean. Kung may naalala kayo na video na lumabas last year na may binaril sa isang restaurant na isang Chinese to Chinese na may kasamang babae, tas binaril sa Makati. Yung bumaril ang main suspect namin dito.
Maricel Halili, News 5.
Magandang hapon po. Sir, paglilinaw lang, kanina nasabi po ninyo na from 20 million bumaba sa 1 million US dollars to no ransom. So ano po yung nangyari? Bakit
There was,
ano sila napapayag?
There was never no ransom. Malapit na, alam nila na malapit na silang mahuli. And para ma-divert ng attention na hindi sila makuha. Kasi ano to hot pursuit It wasn't, walang entrapment, walang checkpoint sa harap, walang CCTV camera. It was an instantaneous 10-minute decision to chase after the signal. Nung nahuhuli na, ay nakita na lang yung bata. So it was a choice between one vehicle securing the child or one vehicle going after the perpetrator. In this case, ang decision ng AKG ay kunin na yung bata at siguraduhin na safe na siya.
Pero I understand possible na may involvement sa Pogo. Pero nalinaw na po ba natin ano kaya yung naging motibo for kidnapping the...
It's just money. Ayun lang talaga. There's no revenge. There's no revenge. Crime syndicate lang talaga.
Ivan Medina, GMA 7.
Yung nabanggit po ninyong 8 cases this year, lahat po ba yun walang ransom na naibayad?
Hindi po. Meron pong instances na merong mga pamilya nakapagbigay, but through negotiation strategy, hindi naman po ganun kalaki. Up to the time na ma-rescue natin yung mga biktima, meron po mga nakapagbigay, meron ding hindi. There was a case prior to this involving a Korean national po. Seemingly, similar po yung procedure. Nung papalapit na kami, dun sa area, iniwan po yung biktima na Korean. So, may precedence na po itong nangyari na ito. It has happened before.
And none of the 8 victims in all those cases is a Filipino? Lahat po ito foreigner, ang biktima?
Meron pong kasama na pahinante at driver yung ibang biktima na
Pero ang
nakuha.
target is obviously the
Obviously,
foreigner.
foreigner.
Foreigner po.
And sa nakikita namin, it is always foreigner against foreigner. Walang mastermind na Pilipino sa krimen na to. Ito again ay sa aming matrix na nahanap. Ito ay resulta ng Pogo operations dito simula 2016 na nagkaroon sila ng lucrative means of livelihood, at since tinanggal sila dito at naiwan yung iba, ay dito na nila pinasok. Nag-rise up to noong January pagkatapos nung sinira ang lahat ng Pogo. Dito naman pumasok sila sa kidnapping.
Panghuli na lamang po sa akin. Hingi lang po ako ng dagdag na detalye dun sa iniwang sasakyan kung saan natagpuan yung pinatay na driver. Nabanggit ho ninyo na kapag harvest kayo doon ng iba't ibang pieces of evidence, ito ho ba, did they get sloppy o sinadya nilang iwan itong mga ito para makuha yung mga numbers na tatawagan nila, ng pulisya?
I think they were in a hurry. Kasi po, pati yung other items such as yung PNP uniform na athletic, ginamit po nila na iwan doon. There were duct tapes that were left na pwedeng ma-process, makuna ng fingerprint, DNA samples, and various IDs po na nakuha. And matching that with, of course, the information extracted from the cell phones, kaya po nasabi ng ating mahal na sekretary na we know them and we are going after them.
So they got sloppy, sir. I mean,
Yes, sir.
Ano yan
isipin mo, sir, kung kahit sinong kriminal, hindi siya mag-iiwan ng trace.
Kasi
kahit nagmamadali.
dapat maintindihan na ang AKG natin ay equipped with the latest equipment to trace the criminal elements. Nung nakaalata sila na sila ay nahabol na, I think they had, sa palagi ko lang, they had a 2-minute window to extract and to transfer, to leave to another vehicle. Kaya naiiwan yun. Same with the vehicle in C5, iniwan yun doon, tapos umalis kagad. Yung pinag-alisan na yun, iniwan kagad sa San Rafael, lumipat na naman sa sakyan. Ang AKG kasi parang, they're equipped with all the surveillance equipments. So, ang means to access the signal ay madali para sa kanila. Alam natin na Chinese to Chinese ang crime na to dahil ang communication ng magulang sa kidnappers ay through WeChat. Through WeChat sila at Chinese ang kanilang usapan. Chinese to Chinese. So, nakikita nyo talaga na hindi to Philippine enterprise. Talagang it is a criminal gang as an offshoot ng remnants ng Pogo operations dito.
Heidi Sampang, FEBC.
Good afternoon, sir. Kung i-compare lang po natin yung dami ng cases po ngayon sa same period po ng kidnapping last year, kumusta po?
Consult ko lang po yung statistics. Okay. For last year po, we recorded a total of 32 incidents. Out of these 32 incidents, 17 were solved, 7 were cleared, and 8 are still under investigation. And that gives us a solution efficiency of 75%. Kung if compare po natin is January last year to January this year, January of last year we recorded 6. January of this year we recorded 4. But for the current month of February, we already have 3. Hindi lang po ako sure how many February last year. So, ganun po yung naging trending and hopefully it would go down this year. Kasi po, wala na nga pong Pogo. Prominent personalities are not that visible na po. But for last year, we did record 32 incidents.
May coordination po ba tayo sa mga schools, lalong-lalo na po sa mga prestigious schools, kung paano po sila mag-beef up ng kanilang security?
Opo. In collaboration with our local police rin po. In the case of dito, meron po kaming tie-up sa NCR. Nagdi-disseminate po kami ng aming IIC materials and meron po tayong mobile team that can be tapped. They can go around and render lectures and safety tips po.
General, ano ba ibang...
Aside from that, sir, we are intensified our police visibility sa mga places na possible na pwedeng may mga victim ng ganito. And we have also intensified our presence sa social media. Nagpo-post po kami ng mga crime prevention tips po doon at saka mga techniques para maiwasan po yung mga ganitong pangyayari.
Alvin Baltasar, Radyo Pilipinas.
Sir, good afternoon po. Sir, doon sa na-record na kidnapping cases last year, Ilan po dito yung related sa Pogo? Lahat po ba ng nung binanggit nyo kanina related sa Pogo?
Out of the 32 incidents last year, there were 8 Chinese victims that were former employees po ng Pogo. And for the current year, out of the 8, meron po tayong 2 na pinaghihinalaan po natin reported din na dating involved sa Pogo operation.
And Secretary Remulla, I believe nagkaroon kayo ng meeting kanina ni Pangulong Marcos. Any directive coming from the President about this incident and other directive aside from these cases, meron pa bang ibang directive in relation with the anti-crime campaign?
Well, in full knowledge na kasi ang EKG at ang NCRPO at ang buong police force sa sindikatong to, we know the members, we have knowledge kung saan sila nakatira, saan silang hideout nila, saan ang safe house nila. So expect that in the next few days ay mag-intensify kami ng drive para mahuli sila lahat.
Secretary, doon sa sa tanong ko na may directive ba sa inyo si Pangulo?
That's exactly the directive. Kung in full knowledge na, habulin nyo na lahat yan.
Thank you po.
Eden Santos, Net 25.
Sir, ito pong 8 kaso na ito, may tuturing ba nating malinaw na halimbawa na lumakas ulit yung loob ng mga kriminal para gumawa ng mga ganitong heinous crime dito po sa bansa?
Hindi naman. Makikita lang natin actually na gumagaling ang PNP sa solution efficiency nila sa mga kasong ganito. Sa mga dati, tumatagal to at madalas ay nauuwi sa namamatay ang biktima o nagbabayad ang mga pamilya. Ito sinigurado namin na may piso, walang ilalabas. We ask them for patience hanggang makuha namin yung bata. We have all the tools necessary to fight kidnapping. But the biggest tool of all is the cooperation of the families. Yan ang pinakakailangan namin.
Medyo kapuna-puna lang po yung medyo dinidiining nilagay yung Pogo involvement, nung ilang mga kaso ng kidnapping and iba't ibang crime. Ito po ba ay may tendency na isisi sa past administration since sa kanilang pamumuno po pamamahala nagkaroon ng mga Pogo dito sa bansa?
We have no aspersions to that effect. Ang sabi lang namin ay galing sa Pogo. So for wherever they came from, whoever gave their licenses is immaterial to us. What is material is where they came from, who they are, what they used to do, and what they are doing now.
Thank you po.
Kat Domingo, ABS-CBN.
Sir, good afternoon. Sir, you mentioned that some of the kidnappers or those involved in it are former members of the AFP and the PNP. How many former members are we talking about?
We have to keep that confidential as of now. But we know who they are. The list is there. Pero hindi pa namin pwede ilabas.
Sir,
all of them are AWOL. I cannot give a number either. I'm sorry.
All right. Sir, may we confirm if this is the emergency that Marbil was talking about when he or his personnel used the EDSA busway? Is the kidnapping case, the emergency meeting that he was pertaining to?
I was not with General Marbil at that time, so only he can answer that.
Sir, but in an interview, he said that you will be the one who will answer what emergency he was pertaining to. He was quoted in several articles.
Okay. He was aware of the operations. We were in constant communication. I asked him to appear. So, kung ano naman ang methodology niya para papunta ron, let me make it clear, I did not give instructions to violate any traffic laws to get there. But he was aware of the emergency.
Sir, moving forward, what is your directive for PNP officials, especially high-ranking officials, with regard to the use of the EDSA busway or on how to classify emergency situations? Kapag po ba nagpatawag kayo ng meeting na madalian, would that be already constituted as an emergency in the future?
Let me make it clear. kahit ako hindi ako gumagamit ng busway. We have a firm agreement with the MMDA that there is a zero tolerance policy. Now, in case of this, kay General Marbil, if that were the case, because I wasn't aware of yung until after, hindi naman ako informed, pero he was aware of the emergency.
Last from my answer, you mentioned a zero tolerance policy. What sanctions will be imposed against PNP officials, whether in that incident or in future incidents, na magva-violate sa EDSA busway policy?
Well, number one is the regular policy, but number two, it'll be investigated as whether it is an abuse of authority or not.
We have more questions. Vance Fernandez.
Sir, good afternoon. How will you rate the crime rate now in the NCR? How many percentage? Does it higher than this time or lower?
I think General Abrid.
Actually, in the first 46 days of 2025, there is a decrease of almost 22% on crime incidents NCR compared to the same period last year.
About the kidnapping and the mga crimes sa daan, mga pagnanakaw ng cellphone, and then yung mga akyat bahay.
All of the robbery incidents and theft incidents went down. Ang tumas lang po is yung carnapping at saka, if my memory serves me right, a little of homicide, if I'm not mistaken. The rest po bumaba po lahat ng mga krimen. The same compared to the same period last year.
So how many percent?
Ang binaba po is 21.71% to be exact.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Last two questions.
Sir, Tuesday New, DCWB.
Good morning po. To Secretary Remulla, sir. Sir, sabi niyo kanina, General Marbil was aware of the operation. Mayroon kayong constant communication doon sa operations at you asked him to appear doon sa emergency meeting, but you did not order him to use yung sa busway. Is that a correct interpretation na siya yung sakay nung sasakyan na dumaan sa busway?
I was not aware of the incident. I think dito na pinag-usapan yan when I arrived. I was not aware that he violated any of that until today when it was brought up. I was not aware that if he was in that vehicle that is in question. You have more information than I do. But I am aware that I give him orders to proceed to our meeting post-haste.
So you are not confirming, sir, na siya yung sakay?
I cannot answer. I was not there, and we have not discussed that matter.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Last question. You have any more last?
Sir, meron na po ba tayo ng running tally ng election-related cases po sa bansa?
Election-related violence? I'll have to get back to you on that. Constantly nag-update kami. Like there's other days Mindanao may vice mayor candidate na, so let me get back to you on that. I don't have the exact number.
Thank you po.
Sir,
go ahead.
Last question from Maricar Zargan.
Sir, clarification lang kung ilan po yung grupo ng sindikato na binabanggit ninyo na nag-ooperate ngayon sa bansa na involved dito sa kidnapping ng mga foreigners?
Actually, ma'am, we have a matrix that indicates at least 5 groups.
May timeline po ba tayo, sir, kung kailan dapat na malansag?
Actually, we have already neutralized some of their members. Itong mga at-large po ang tinatrabaho natin. And of course, we would be filing the necessary cases and go after them through warrants of arrest.
So lahat po sila, sir, Pogo-related?
Hindi naman po lahat, ma'am.
Kasama na po doon local or lahat po foreigners?
Mostly foreigners.
Mostly foreigners po. Pero meron din tayong mga, gaya na nasabi ko po kanina, may mga local tayong nabibiktima rin. But not that many. Almost 90% are foreigners.
Thank you po.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay na.
Sir, isang very, very quick. Did you not ask General Marbil to explain kung anong nangyari sa EDSA busway since nababanggit na yung kanyang mga pangalan niya?
Again, I first heard it from you. So, I have... Ha? Talaga ayaw ko tigilan eh.
I mean,
I will ask him. I will ask him. I will ask. No, again, it was news to me that nangyari yun. I have to confirm it with him. Then I will ask for an explanation kung ano nangyari. But, no.
Oh, sir, kaninang umaga pa yung balita eh.
No, kaya nga. Kasi kaninang umaga pa ako nagtatrabaho. Wala akong panahon na I have been with the president since this morning. Then I had a briefing afterwards, and I'm here. Then I have 4 more meetings after. It's a busy day for a secretary, so I cannot be abreast of all of this. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Okay na?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Ivan. Huli na, Ivan.
One last question.
General Abirin, sir, nabanggit ninyo, bumaba po ng 20% ang ating... 21%. But I think you would agree that along with the number of crimes, mas kasing halaga din po yung feeling of security ng publiko. Ngayon po may mga maiulat na ganyan, kinidnap yung bata, pinutulan ng daliri. And of course, that creates a certain sense of fear and worry among the public. Ano ho masasabi niyo sa publiko, lalo't especially in social media, these incidents tend to get highlighted. And again, it creates a feeling of insecurity among the people.
Social media keeps the authorities honest. Before the advent of social media, the process of dissemination of information and propaganda was always on the government side. With social media now, it makes the government more responsive, more honest, and more accountable. I am not against it. I welcome it. It keeps us sharper. And in conjunction with that, we will be bidding out the 911 emergency system by April 1, 2025 to be operational by June in the Greater Manila and Greater Cebu area, and lined and rolled out within the year. So this I expect will decrease crime even more, and also adding several more thousand CCTVs across the major urban areas to solve crimes faster. Again, the public must be confident that the PNP is on top of the situation. Hindi nagpapabaya ang PNP. The public must be confident that we have the tools necessary to fight crime. The public must be confident of the integrity of the people around me now. I vouchsafe for them. They are doing a good job. The public must be confident that we will never let down our guard against criminality.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Dito na po nagtatapos ang ating press briefing ngayong hapon. Maraming salamat, Secretary Remulla, Police Brigadier General Abirin, and Colonel Dragay. Thank you, Malacanang Press Corps, at magandang hapon.
Maraming salamat.